Hello and welcome to Wayward Spirit TV. So today I have brought back Walker reviews. Only this time we're doing more of like a Walker recap because because reviews like that are really hard to edit. And I'm trying to put out more content. What I'm doing is I'm trying to make more content that is still worthwhile and that people like, but is a little easier to execute so I can make more. That's my thought process behind it. So here we are, a Walker recap where I am going to go through Walker episodes. I'm catching up, so we're gonna do episode 17 today. So I'm going to give you a summary while walking through some of the best scenes throughout it, and I'm going to show you some of the scenes and I'm going to react to them and tell you what happened and give you my predictions for next episode and thoughts on this episode. So if you want to come along with me, it's going to be so fun. So let's go. Let's talk about Walker, Texas Ranger. All right, so Walker episode 17 was wild, and I mean wild. Like, was not expecting all of the things that happened to happen, but here we go. So, so it starts out with Walker and their family like eating breakfast with Brett. Brett is there when I tell you. I am so happy Brett is back. I have been waiting for this moment for so long. And I know that they're not together yet. I know that they're like working together. Cool. But they will be together. Watch. They will.
So what's Spirit Week?
Anyway, so Stella and Augie are talking about Spirit Week. So apparently at their school, and Spirit Week happens on the last week of school before summer happens. And basically you just tell people what you've been thinking, like anything that's on your mind, which I think is wild. Honestly, I think that's wild because I don't know. I'm terrified to tell people what's on my mind. What Stella wants Augie to do is tell that girl, what's her name? Ruby, the girl that I don't like, she wants him to tell Ruby that he likes her. And how I see, I don't get it. I would, no, not me, wouldn't do it. Nope. Maybe that's just because I have issues. Anyway, here's the clip.
You need to tell Ruby how you feel before summer.
Stella, it's not that easy to...
Come on, Augie, show some spirit.
Yeah.
See, and I'm not into this because I like Augie and her friend. Yes, because Augie and her friend are just the cutest ever. And this Ruby girl picked that other weird guy over him. So, bye-bye. Like, sayonara. Like, no. Anyway, then they switch over to Mickey. And so fact that I don't like is that Lindsay is leaving Walker, which sucks. And I support her and I understand that like she's doing it for personal reasons and I think that's great. But I hate that she's leaving because I love her so much. Also, I'm nervous this is what I'm nervous about. I'm nervous on how they're going to transition her out. And I'm nervous on how that's going to affect her and Trey. Because you can see in this episode, there's some tension. And I don't like that because they're the cutest couple ever. But I'm assuming that Trey is going to stay in Walker. So they're going to have to break up because she's going to leave. So there's one prediction that they're going to break up soon. Which I'm not gonna be like that day. I'm gonna probably be crying my eyes out. So just wait. But anyway, Trey's mom comes into town and starts talking about like babies, and Mickey is not for it. She's like, like, no, I'm all right. And because she forgot to take her birth control and she gets nervous and then she takes pregnancy test and she's not pregnant, which, you know, I kind of agree with her. Like, I don't know if I want to have kids, and I it's just not something I really would like. So, so like I get it. Like I wouldn't be too excited about being talking about that either, or be pressured into that either. Like that's I'm all right. So I get Mickey's point of view again, which is why I love Mickey.
She is beautiful. Gosh, when the two of you make some beautiful babies.
Then they go to the real plot of the episode. There's a new DA race with Keegan. I was gonna say Keegan, it's Liam, that's his real name, Keegan, and Stan. And they're, you know, being the new DA because the last episode, the other DA was crooked and all that kind of stuff. But Stan, now I have never liked him. If you've watched any of my Walker reviews, you know that I do not like that man and that I do not trust him and that I have never trusted him. And I just for good reason. Good reason. So when they're voting for the DA, they're voting at the school, like Stella and Augie's school, and there's a bomb threat that gets called in. But before that, oh my gosh, there's this freaking scene that I love. And I swear to you that Jared has been putting so many little like just little nuggets of supernatural stuff, and it just makes me so happy.
Always a wayward son, a lone star. You know, maybe you should have stayed an outsider.
Oh! So he said wayward son, and I was like, I like literally had to watch it over because I was like, what did he just say? What did he just say? He said wayward son. Ah, so cute. Anyway, I'm very happy that they put that in there. It made me very happy. But anyway, there's a bomb threat, and so since it's at the kids' school, Walker decides to let all of the kids go to the side step.
Someone just called in a bomb threat a few minutes ago. Local PD is already en route.
If only someone co-owned a restaurant, could be a safe haven for them to unwind.
And when they get to the side step, guess who's there? Jerry's there. Now, I know people are starting to ship them, and I get it. But I still don't trust her. And maybe this is just me having trust issues, but I don't trust Stan. And you watch what's going to happen in this episode. And so I still don't trust Jerry. And I don't. So there. I don't trust her. I don't.
Hey there.
But now Augie is talking to Ruby, and I guess he's trying to do the whole Spirit Week thing. But he finds out that she's moving, but she invites him over to her house, and she says like blatantly, like 100, she just says it. Yeah, come over. My parents aren't home. We all know what you were up to. Like what? And so, yeah. Ugh.
Wait, are you?
Hey, so my parents are out of town. You want to come over later?
I don't like her. I don't like that. I don't like that whole like, I'm going to pick this other guy because I think he's cooler over you. But then Spirit Week, and then she's moving. So now, okay, well, maybe I'll like see what it was like with Augie just because. Girl, no. Augie is not a just because or just a whim. Like, no. So, no, I don't like her. So Cordell and Mickey were actually able to figure out who put in the bomb threat, and it ended up being this guy named, what's his name, Travis Pike. And he wanted, like, I guess he kept trying to call people in the city government and try to like get them to handle these bats that flew out of a bridge it was like under moonlight or something like that. And Mickey and Walker are looking at each other like, what is this guy saying? Like what? Like what is he talking about?
The lithium clouds from the moon towers are causing the bats under Congress Bridge to attack people.
They were really nice to him and everything, but they're like, what? But let me tell you something. That's real. It's actually real, and it actually happens in Austin, Texas. Like, let me find. Okay. Yes. So funny enough, it's a real thing. There's actually a bridge like that in Austin, Texas, and it is called the Congress Avenue Bridge. And it's literally like, I don't know what time of year it is, but there's a certain time of year that literally all of these bats fly out from underneath the bridge. It's like a whole thing. It's even like a tourist attraction. When I was looking it up, there were like websites about like, come watch the bat cave, like the bat bridge or blah blah blah. I mean, it's like a whole thing in Austin, Texas. So this is it really is real. That really does happen, which is wild. Wild. But anyway, then Walker decides that he wants to go visit Mendoza, and it totally like like that part really did surprise me. He's like, I'm gonna go talk to Mendoza.
You know, something the would-be security threat said about serving his time but never being heard made me think about somebody else who served his time and was never heard. Carlos Mendoza.
And I'm like, okay. But I mean, I get it. Like, this guy falsely said that he killed his wife, but didn't. And you want to know why? Why would you do that? Like, why would you put somebody through that? And why would you put yourself through that? Like, what? And so he goes to see Mendoza. So Augie does end up going to Ruby's house, but he surprised me like so much. Well, not really, because I could kind of tell he wasn't really that into her anymore. Like, because when Stella was telling him to like say it, he was like, I don't know. And it's like, because like she kind of flirted with him before. I mean, they were friends, but she did kind of flirt with him, and then chose someone else that she didn't really even know. And then now it's like, oh, but I don't know. To me, it's just too flippy floppy. It's like you either like someone or you don't. But anyway, so he goes over there and she puts the moves on him. She puts the moves on Augie. And he says no. I'm so proud of him. Let me show you the clip.
I feel like this whole time it's been really one-sided, and like you're leaving. Look, I really wish we tried, but I feel like it's too late.
I am so proud of Augie. Yes, Augie, you deserve more than that. Everyone deserves more than that. Good for Augie. Good for him. Okay. Next, the most shocking part happens. This is when the episode gets really crazy, like wild. So Stan is at the Walker house with Liam and everybody else because, they couldn't stay at the school because there was a bomb threat. And there's this reporter that comes to talk to Stan. And he's like trying to dig into all this stuff because like Stan worked with the DA that just left and he was crooked. And Stan was like, he didn't say anything about it. He signed off on everything that the last DA did. And so this reporter's like, well, if you just prosecuted him for being corrupt, but worked with him the whole time and signed off on everything he did, then wouldn't you know that he was crooked before now? Like, shouldn't you have not signed off on all this stuff that he did? And Stan, who I've never trusted, gets really defensive and starts getting mad and like starts pushing him around. Like, look at this.
Do you have something to hide?
You're hiding something, Stan?
No, I'm not hiding
come
something.
out.
If you're gonna make accusations like that, you gotta let me say my piece.
He killed him. When I tell you, I literally got up. I jumped up out of my seat and was like, I knew it. I knew he couldn't be trusted. I knew it. And then to put the icing on the cake, when they go back to the Walker and Mendoza scene, Mendoza says that the reason he said that he killed Emily was because he said, okay, so, Walker thinks it was that lady that died, that they killed when they arrested her. I don't even really remember that lady, but he thinks it was that lady, right? And I knew that there was more to the story, right? I knew. And so they, he thought it was that lady. But he said Mendoza was like, they paid me off to lie and say that I did it, and my family needed money, so I took it. And Walker was like, wait a second, they? And he's like, yeah, that girl and the guy who's running for DA. Yes, Stan was in on Emily's murder.
You said they. There was a man there with her. Seemed like he was in charge. He put up the money. What did he look like? His face is everywhere. He's running for district attorney. Stan Morrison.
And then when they go back to Stan, it's so funny. Like, I always think of when stuff like that happens, I always think of what would I do in that situation? And I know that's weird, but what would I do? I don't know what I would have done. But what he does is, and I don't know what he did. They don't tell you, but I'm assuming he took the body to his car. Now, how he got the body to his car without anybody noticing, I don't know. They were all there in the house. I'm surprised nobody saw anything, but whatever. And so I guess he took the body into his car, but then they don't show that part. They just show him in the Walker house washing his hands of blood. And then Pauline, I think that's her name, right? She comes in and she starts talking to him, and he just carries on a conversation like it's totally normal. Everything's normal because he's a freaking psychopath. And I mean, he's trying to be normal, but there's a little, you can tell there's a little glimpse of he's not acting totally normal. But I mean, he's like a psychopath. And then he offers them to do their vow renewal because they're doing a vow renewal. He offers them his house to do their vow renewal, and I'm like, you literally killed their daughter-in-law, literally killed their daughter-in-law, and then killed another person on their property. And now, the psychopath you are sitting here and inviting them to your house for their vow. What? Bro, no.
Go all out on this. Use my place. Throw a party that you don't have to clean up after.
And then the next thing you know, you see Walker driving home angry as, he's angry. He's angry. I don't blame him. This guy has been acting like his friend this whole time, which I knew he wasn't. And so Walker is driving very angrily. And then you see this other truck literally smack right into Walker's truck. Walker's truck flipped. It freaking flipped. Luckily, Walker's okay, but when he gets out of the car, these two guys come up to him and put guns in his face. What? Oh my gosh, it's crazy. And then, which is the Northside Nation, and then Stan is in the back telling him to dig a grave. Now, I don't know if he's digging a grave for himself or if he's digging a grave for the reporter. Not really sure. But before we can figure that out, Walker, the badass he is, just he shoots both of the people that had guns on him, the two Northside Nation people. He's badass.
I paid you to deal with this, not to watch me take care of it myself. Hey, self. Go ahead.
And then puts the the gun on Stan, and Stan starts being like, whoa, you know, wait a second, you don't want to do this. What is this gonna look like? And I hate when people do that in TV shows. I hate it. Like they kill someone or they do something really dirty, and then when the other person comes back and tries to do the same thing to them, they're like pleading for their lives, like, no, please don't. And it's like, I can't fathom how people do stuff like that. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill this person and it's totally fine because I'm selfish and it works for me. But then when someone wants to do the same to me, I'm like, no, you don't want to do this, please, no. It's like, so hypocritical. Anyway.
But that was isn't you.
Don't be too sure.
This isn't you. You're not this guy anymore.
Shut up! Get in the truck.
So yeah, he's threatening to kill Stan, and it's a freaking wild episode, and they leave it on such a big cliffhanger. But my predictions for next episode, which if you've already seen the next episode, whatever, but I haven't yet. I need to catch up. But my predictions for the next episode, I don't think he's gonna kill Stan. I don't. I think he's gonna, I think something's gonna happen and Stan's gonna like flee, maybe. Or maybe he does get him arrested or says something. I don't really know, because at some point, you know, you have to think of what the story is going to be, because 3 people died, like the reporter, and then Walker killed those 2 Northside Nation people. So like there, you know, at some point someone's going to ask about these people and there needs to be an answer. So I don't know. So I think I think it will all come out about Stan. I just don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if he's going to go to jail or if he's going to flee. But I do know that Mickey probably goes undercover in the Northside Nation, because I've seen all the pictures on Instagram. But I also think that she's either going to get in there and die. I think they're either going to kill her off, or she's going to get in there and get too deep and then either just like leave herself and just leave everybody behind, including Trey, or die. Yeah, or they're gonna kill her off, because I don't really see any other way for them to do it. I don't know. And so those are my predictions. They're not very happy. They're quite sad, but you know, that's what they are. Well, all right, per usual, this episode or this video was just random and crazy and chaotic. So if you enjoyed it and enjoy this chaos, then please subscribe and turn on post notifications and follow us on Instagram at Weird Spirit Media and check out some of the Supernatural merch. There's gonna be more coming, but I have some cool new designs that I hope you'll like. Here they are. So yeah, check it out on Redbubble, and that's about it. But please think about supporting this channel and doing all those things I just said. Any one of them would honestly make my life so much better. I'm just being really honest right now. It would help. Okay, thank you. I will see you in the next video.